Have you ever wondered how to make a lasting impression in the hustle and bustle of modern life? Does she value you as much as you value her? Or are you just one of many options out there? Winning a woman's admiration and making her remember you requires more than just care and affection. It demands patience and a robust philosophy. If you're on the lookout for a unique and effective strategy, ancient Stoicism could be your key. Stoicism isn't just an age-old philosophy. It's a powerful compass in today's world, offering fresh insights on how to foster and sustain a thriving, joyful relationship. Today, let's explore 11 intriguing tips inspired by Stoicism that you can use to impress any woman, make a memorable impact, and ultimately forge a deeper connection on your shared path to happiness. Before we dive in, I'd really appreciate it if you could give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Stick around until the end because each point is significant and might uncover some new insights for you. Alright, let's begin. Avoid contacting her. There's a familiar pattern where guys often find themselves constantly reaching out, texting, calling, and trying to stay in constant contact with the woman they are interested in. But here's an insight that might change the game for you. Being less available can significantly heighten your appeal. This isn't about playing games or being elusive just for the sake of it. It's about embodying the Stoic principle of self-sufficiency. Stoicism teaches the value of being self-contained and finding fulfillment within oneself rather than seeking it incessantly from external sources like the approval or attention of a love interest. When you reduce the frequency of your messages and calls, you're not just playing hard to get, you're demonstrating that you have a rich, fulfilling life of your own. This shift can pique her curiosity and even spark a bit of jealousy. She might start wondering, what's he up to? Is he busy with something interesting? Could there be someone else? These questions can lead her to think about you more and in different, more intriguing ways. For example, imagine you used to text her every morning to wish her a good day. If you stop doing this routinely and instead share snippets of your engaging activities or achievements intermittently, she'll notice the change. She'll see you as someone who is productive and content, not just sitting around waiting for her texts. This approach also helps in setting a healthy dynamic where mutual interest must be balanced with respect for each other's individual lives. It shows you as a person of substance who doesn't need constant reassurance or contact to maintain interest. This independence can make you very attractive. It positions you as someone worth pursuing, not just someone always on standby. In essence, by being less immediately available, you embody the Stoic ideal of self-reliance and emotional independence, making her see you in a new, more intriguing light. This doesn't mean cutting off all contact, but rather ensuring that when you do reach out, it's meaningful and reflective of a well-rounded, engaged life. This balance is what can make her miss you and appreciate the times you do connect even more. Accept her challenge. When navigating the intriguing game of attraction, it's not uncommon for a woman to test the waters to gauge your interest. She might pull back a bit or play hard to get. This isn't just a game. It's her way of seeing how deep your intentions run. Are you genuinely interested or just casually passing by? Drawing inspiration from Stoicism, let's consider this. Instead of fixating on the idea of making her your girlfriend, focus on living a life true to your principles. It might sound counterintuitive, but it really works. Stoics emphasize the importance of self-control and independence, which can be quite attractive. For instance, if you find yourself always agreeing with everything she says or constantly trying to impress her, you might come off as overly eager or desperate. That's not the goal. Instead, show that you are your own person. It's okay to have a different opinion or to stand firm on your beliefs. This isn't about being stubborn, but about showing confidence and self-assurance. By demonstrating that you're not just another person swept away by her charm, but someone who stands strong on their own, you naturally become more intriguing. You're showing her that your interest is sincere but not suffocating. Stoic philosophy teaches that we attract what we are, not what we want. So, if you embody independence and confidence, you'll likely attract someone who appreciates those qualities. As you hold your ground and keep your cool, her curiosity about you will likely grow. She'll start to wonder about you more, think about what you're up to, and perhaps even miss your presence. Remember, the goal here is a balanced demonstration of interest. Not too distant yet not too clingy. It's about striking that perfect chord where respect and attraction meet, making you someone she can't help but think about. Showcase your life. In the world of attraction, there's a profound truth often overlooked. Live a life that others want to be part of. This is a concept deeply rooted in Stoicism, which teaches the importance of focusing on your own growth and pursuits. By living a rich and engaging life and sharing snippets of it, especially when you're not around the person you're interested in, you naturally create allure. If she checks your social media and all she finds are echoes of inactivity, it might give the impression that you're not up to much. However, if your posts reflect the vibrancy of your life, be it through photos from a scenic hike, a fun evening with friends, or moments from a hobby you're passionate about, you're not just filling your feed, you're telling a story of a life well lived. Imagine posting a picture of you reaching the summit of a challenging trail or sharing moments from a spontaneous road trip. These snapshots don't need to scream for attention but should simply reflect your joy and engagement with the world around you. This isn't about bragging or making her feel excluded. Rather, it's about giving her a window into your world where she can see you thriving and enjoying yourself. This approach subtly communicates that you're someone who embraces life, someone who finds happiness in your own activities and passions. It's like saying, "I'm here, living my best life." And it naturally evokes a sense of wonder and perhaps a hint of FOMO, fear of missing out, in her. She may start to ponder, what's so captivating about his life? Why am I not part of it? By doing so, you tap into a fundamental Stoic principle. Focus on building yourself and let everything else follow. Your life's richness makes her curious about what it would be like to share in those experiences with you. It's a subtle yet powerful way to draw her in and make her miss your presence in her life, making her feel like she's missing out on something great being with you. Ignore her cues. In the dance of modern dating, social media often becomes a stage for subtle plays of attention. Imagine this scenario. You've dialed back your messages to her, creating a quiet space. In response, she might start posting eye-catching photos or dropping subtle hints about you online, fishing for your reaction. It's a classic move designed to pull you back into constant engagement. According to Stoic philosophy, here's a powerful approach. Let these attempts pass without reaction. Stoicism teaches us the value of self-control and not being swayed by external events but instead responding with reasoned judgment. By not engaging with these social media baits, you are practicing a form of modern Stoicism. For instance, if she posts a stunning photo from a recent outing or a status that seems to coyly reference an inside joke of yours, your instinct might be to like or comment. However, by choosing not to engage, you introduce an element of mystery and self-assurance. She's watching for your likes or comments, and their absence might leave her puzzled and intrigued. This lack of response sends a message that you are not just another predictable suitor. You are someone with your own life, not merely waiting on her cues. This tactic isn't about being cold but about demonstrating that your attention is not so easily swayed by obvious baits. It shows that you are grounded and not desperately hovering over her social media activities. This can make you appear more intriguing and desirable. You're not playing the usual games. You're setting yourself apart by showing that your interest and attention must be earned through genuine connection, not just superficial interactions. By practicing this restraint, you embody the Stoic ideal that we should not be perturbed by things outside our control and instead focus on maintaining an inner calm and dignity. This approach can significantly shift how she perceives you, potentially making her more curious and motivated to seek a deeper, more authentic interaction with you. Share knowledge generously. One way to leave a memorable impression and make her miss your presence is by teaching her something new. This aligns with Stoic principles, which place great value on wisdom and the sharing of knowledge. By imparting something insightful, you're not just displaying intelligence. You're showing thoughtfulness and a willingness to enrich her life, qualities that are deeply attractive. Consider this. Maybe she's expressed interest in your hobby or a topic you're passionate about. Take this as an opportunity to teach her something related to it. For example, if you're an avid gardener, you could show her how to plant her first herb garden. Or if you love astronomy, spend an evening stargazing and explaining the constellations. This isn't just about the act of teaching. It's about the connection and experiences you're building together. This kind of interaction demonstrates several attractive qualities: intelligence, patience, and the ability to engage with others on a deeper level. It shows you're not just interested in talking about yourself or mundane topics. You're keen to bring valuable experiences into her life. This can make you stand out as someone who adds value and depth to her days. Moreover, teaching her something new can make the moments you spend together stand out in her memory. People often recall and miss the times when they learned something significant or when an experience had a lasting impact on them. By associating you with such moments of learning and growth, you become more than just another acquaintance. You become someone she looks forward to learning from and spending time with. Additionally, this practice enhances your interactions by focusing on mutual growth and understanding rather than superficial exchanges. This not only cultivates a richer relationship but also aligns with the Stoic idea of mutual improvement, bettering oneself and others, which can strengthen bonds and make your absence felt more keenly when you're not around. By engaging her curiosity and fostering an environment where learning is part of your interactions, you embed yourself in her thoughts as someone intriguing and indispensable. This thoughtful approach can deepen her affection for you and make your presence something she cherishes and misses. If you've made it this far and you're still with us, please take a moment to drop a comment below to share your thoughts or simply type "super" if you're enjoying the content. Your feedback is invaluable and keeps us inspired for future videos. Now, let's continue on this journey. Maintain composure in communication. When she reaches out to you after a period of silence, this is your moment to truly embody the Stoic principle of maintaining equanimity. It's tempting to show great enthusiasm in your response, which might unintentionally convey that you've been eagerly awaiting her message. Instead, the Stoic approach would be to keep your response measured and calm, showing that while you're pleased to hear from her, you are not overly dependent on her attention. For example, when she texts you after a while, a simple reply such as, "Hey, how's it going?" strikes the perfect balance. It's friendly and inviting without being overbearing. This kind of response suggests that you've been busy living your own life, yet you're open to connecting. It's important to show that you value the interaction but that your happiness and day-to-day life are not hinged on her communications. This measured coolness is not about playing games but about demonstrating Stoic confidence and self-assurance. Stoicism teaches that external events, like someone's messages or lack thereof, shouldn't disrupt our internal peace and self-contentment. By responding in a way that is composed and nonchalant, you exemplify these qualities, making yourself more attractive and intriguing. This approach tells her subtly that while you are interested in her, your world has its own orbit, rich and fulfilling in its own right. This can be deeply compelling. It suggests that you are someone with depth, resilience, and the ability to enjoy life independently. Such qualities often make a person more desirable, as they hint at a depth of character that promises more than just surface-level engagement. Keeping your cool and responding with simplicity also sets a tone of maturity and respect, showing that you see her as an equal participant in this dance of communication, not merely someone to be chased or won over. This respectful stance, rooted in Stoic philosophy, often fosters a more genuine and sustained interest, keeping her coming back to experience more of your balanced, thoughtful presence. Moderate the conversation. In the early stages of any relationship or interaction, the impulse might be to share every detail of your day whenever she shows interest. However, embracing a more Stoic approach, consider the virtue of moderation and restraint. When she asks about your day or life, it's beneficial to hold back just a bit, sharing enough to keep the conversation engaging, but not overwhelming her with every nuance. This isn't about playing games or being elusive. It's about maintaining a healthy balance and space between you. For example, if she inquires about how your weekend was, instead of detailing every moment, you might say, "It was great, got to recharge and catch up on some reading." This response is open enough to invite further questions from her should she wish to delve deeper, but also indicates that your life is full and balanced without needing to divulge every detail. This approach demonstrates respect for both her interest and your own privacy, showing that you value the quality of interactions over the quantity of information shared. It's a subtle nod to the Stoic belief that inner tranquility comes from how we manage our responses and interactions, not from external validation or oversharing. Moreover, by not being an open book, you naturally create an aura of mystery and depth. People are drawn to what they don't fully understand or know, as it invites exploration and curiosity. By sparingly sharing details, You signal that you are confident in your own life's value and do not need constant external affirmation to feel validated. This can make you more intriguing and attractive, as it suggests you lead a thoughtful and self-sufficient life. This strategy also shows that you don't see her as someone to report to, but as someone you're choosing to engage with, respecting both her time and yours. By maintaining this balance, you're more likely to keep her interested and invested in uncovering more about you, fostering a more meaningful and lasting connection. Cultivate the element of surprise. Stoicism might conjure images of calm and predictable responses, but it also teaches the value of using reason to enhance life's experiences, including relationships. One effective way to deepen your connection with someone is by infusing your interactions with occasional thoughtful surprises. This approach is about more than just excitement. It's about demonstrating your attentiveness to her interests and desires. Consider the power of unexpected gestures. If she's mentioned a fondness for art, surprise her with tickets to a new exhibition at a local gallery. If she loves the outdoors, plan an impromptu day trip to a nearby nature reserve that she hasn't visited yet. These surprises need not be grand. Their value lies in the thoughtfulness behind them and the joy of spontaneity they bring. These moments create a dynamic where she looks forward to your company with anticipation, wondering what delightful surprise might be just around the corner. This keeps the relationship fresh and exciting. Imagine her reaction to finding out you've arranged a visit to a place she's always talked about exploring. The surprise shows that you listen, that you value her happiness enough to bring it into reality unexpectedly. Such actions embody a Stoic principle in a modern context. While we cannot control all aspects of life, we can control how we contribute to the happiness of those we care about. By planning these surprises, you are actively creating moments of joy and showing that you're invested in enriching the relationship. This not only makes the time you spend together special, but also makes you someone she misses and thinks about. Furthermore, these surprises reinforce the idea that you are a source of positive unpredictability in her life. This is not about keeping someone off balance, but rather about adding a layer of depth to how you express your affection. Each surprise can be a memorable chapter in your shared story, enhancing the bond between you and making her eager to see what the future holds with you. Develop a sense of mystery. In the realm of relationships, a little mystery goes a long way. Just as a good story unfolds gradually, keeping the audience engaged, so too can the story of who you are. This aligns well with Stoic teachings, which encourage not only self-control but also a thoughtful revelation of one's character and virtues over time, rather than laying all your cards on the table from the get-go. Let her discover layers of your personality, talents, and passions bit by bit. For instance, you might hint at a talent for painting or a past adventure, but save the details for future conversations. This method of slowly parceling out information about yourself keeps each interaction filled with potential new discoveries, which makes you more intriguing and your time together more anticipated. This approach of gradual revelation plays into natural human curiosity and the desire for discovery. When you share just enough to pique her interest but not so much that there's nothing left to uncover, you stimulate ongoing intrigue. It's like leaving breadcrumbs that lead her through a forest. With each step, her anticipation and interest in the journey increase. Additionally, maintaining a bit of mystery can help create a respectful distance that is often attractive. Stoicism teaches us the value of self-sufficiency and not overwhelming others with our presence or personal disclosures. By keeping some things close to your chest, you communicate that you are someone with depth not easily deciphered at a glance. This can make her feel more drawn to learn about you, fostering a sense of engagement that isn't easily replicated. For example, perhaps on one date, you casually mention an interest in astronomy. Let that sit until she brings it up again, and then perhaps plan a date where you both can stargaze and you can share more about this passion. This kind of thoughtful, paced sharing shows that you are not only interesting but also considerate in how you share yourself with others. This strategic restraint makes each encounter with you a chance to peel back another layer of the onion, so to speak. Each time she learns something new about you, it enhances her image of you and makes the times you're apart filled with sweet anticipation for what more there is to learn. This is how you can weave your presence into her thoughts, making her miss you more with each parting and eagerly await what surprises you might reveal next. Foster humility and engagement in conversations. It's easy to fall into the trap of the me syndrome, where you might unintentionally dominate the dialogue with your own stories and achievements. However, Stoicism teaches the virtue of humility and the importance of listening, traits that are crucial when building a relationship where both partners feel valued. When engaging with her, make a conscious effort to balance sharing your own experiences with showing genuine interest in hers. This isn't just about avoiding monopolizing the conversation. It's about creating a meaningful exchange where both of you feel heard and appreciated. For example, if you've just shared a story about a recent hiking trip, pivot the conversation towards her by asking about her own outdoor adventures or interests. This balanced approach shows that you value her perspective and are interested in her as a person, not just as an audience to your tales. By being a good listener, you demonstrate the Stoic ideal of focusing outward as much as inward, showing attentiveness and respect for her experiences and thoughts. This makes the time she spends with you more memorable and fulfilling, leaving a lasting impression that she'll miss when you're not around. Moreover, by avoiding an overly self-centered demeanor, you become more appealing. People are naturally drawn to those who make them feel important and listened to. When she reflects on her interactions with you, she'll remember how you made her feel valued and respected, qualities that are deeply attractive. Additionally, this practice of mutual engagement encourages a deeper connection. When you show interest in her life, she's more likely to open up and share more personally significant stories, which builds intimacy and trust. These are the moments she'll think back on fondly and miss, as they highlight your ability to connect on a level beyond superficial conversation. By adopting this more stoic approach, focusing not only on expressing yourself but also on understanding and valuing her, you make yourself someone she not only enjoys spending time with but also someone she looks forward to seeing again. This way, your presence becomes something she cherishes and misses. Ignite some positive jealousy. A touch of jealousy can serve as a subtle reminder of your worth in the social marketplace, but like anything powerful, it must be handled with care and precision. This approach ties in with Stoic principles about maintaining control over our actions and using them to reflect our self-respect and dignity. It's about showing, not telling, that your life is full and satisfying with or without her presence, which can naturally lead to increased interest from her. Imagine this scenario. You're out having a great time with your friends, and you decide to post a photo on your social media. In the photo, you're laughing, the atmosphere looks inviting, and subtly included in this group is a female friend. The key here is subtlety. It's not a provocative pose, but just a snapshot of a genuinely enjoyable moment. When she sees this photo, she's likely to feel a slight pang of jealousy or curiosity. Who is this woman? What is he doing? Why wasn't I invited? These thoughts can lead to a renewed interest in you. The goal isn't to make her feel threatened or insecure, but to remind her that you're a desirable person with a vibrant social life. This taps into the Stoic ideal of living a life of virtue and authenticity. You're not posting the photo to make her jealous, but simply to share a moment of happiness. By doing so, you're demonstrating that you have a life outside of her, filled with joy and engagement. This can be very attractive. It shows you as someone who isn't dependent on her for happiness, but who chooses to share their life with her. Additionally, a touch of jealousy can reignite the spark between you. It reminds her that you're desirable and valued by others, which can motivate her to pursue you more actively. However, it's important to tread lightly with this tactic. Too much jealousy can backfire, leading to insecurity and distrust. The key is to maintain a healthy balance, showing her that while you enjoy her company, your life is complete and satisfying on its own. This way, she'll miss your presence and perhaps even feel a renewed sense of admiration and attraction for you.